Hi, I am Dr. Jan, and I say welcome to Trauma, Life After Trauma with Dr. Jan. This is a channel where we talk, share, and heal from the trauma and drama of domestic abuse. You know, for 42 years, I endured domestic abuse, the physical, the emotional, the verbal, and the gaslighting. I remained silent all of those years. And the reason I did was because I thought that I was the only one involved in domestic abuse. Nobody ever talked about it. Nobody ever said anything. And I never said anything either. And one of the reasons I never said anything was because I was so embarrassed. I was fearful. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed that here I am, an intelligent woman in so many things. And yet, in this area of my life, I felt so defeated. And you know, domestic abuse is a silent but pervasive culture. If you ask anyone, everyone knows about domestic abuse. They may not say anything, but they may not have been involved in it, but they know someone who has been or someone who is in it. And as I said, for 42 years, I was married twice. Husband number one, I was married to him for almost 20 years. And with husband number two, we were married for 22 years. Now, all of the years were not bad, but I took more than I should have. And thinking back, I am now 85 years old. Next month, if the Lord says the same, in November 2025, I will be 86 years old. And when I think that over half of my life was spent in domestic abuse, I don't want anyone to have to go through life like that. There is hope. You can get out of it. I'm a living witness, but the Lord asked me to give my experiences, to share what I've gone through, what I've learned. And as I said, I'm 85 years old, and I sit here today as a survivor and an overcomer, not just once, but twice. And if I can do it with the help of the Lord, you can do it also. And so my channel, Life After Trauma with Dr. Jan, is all done to help you get some help and to know that you're not alone. And I'm just here for you because there was no one here for me when I was going through my challenges during the 50s, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. Life was so much different. There were no agencies that were out there to help. There was no internet or social media platforms where people can talk to you and tell you about their experiences. But those things are available today. And so we are going to take good advantage of it and help others. Now, if you know someone who is in domestic abuse or having difficulty, just let them know that this platform, Life After Trauma with Dr. Jan, is available. And I would encourage you to invite them to listen and share and subscribe, to like it, because I have lots to say. I've been holding it in for years, and I want to leave this world empty, giving you all the experiences that I wish had been afforded me, but they weren't. But now it's afforded to you today, so take advantage of it. Before we dive into our episode today, which is episode 22, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and let someone know that this channel is on. And I'm not a social worker. I'm not a counselor. I'm not. I am a person who lived this. So I'm telling you lifelong experiences. And there's nothing wrong with counseling. I probably should have gotten some of it, my children also. But what I'm going to give you is my life experience. Walking with the Lord, without Jesus, I never could have made it. And so I just want to be upfront and very, very candid. And I want you to look at me and think of me as your second mama, the mama that didn't birth you, but the mama who has some information for you that will help you. So together we want to grow this channel because we want to reach out to both men and women. Yes, there are some men that are being abused too. They're not as frequent, not as many as women, but they're out there. And so life after trauma with Dr. Jan is for both men and women, young women, teenagers, because it starts in those younger years. Well, today we are going to talk about 4 kinds of toxic abusers. I talked about 3 just recently, the manipulator, the narcissist, and the gaslighter. Oh, I lived that. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like living a life when you are being manipulated and you get to the point where you know you're being manipulated and seemingly you can't escape. And so you can look on my website and you can find those other episodes in which I talked about that, the manipulator, the narcissist, and the gaslighter. And there are signs that you can recognize that can help you. I didn't know these signs before. And so, but I know them now and I'm sharing them with you. And so today, though, we want to give you 4 more toxic abusers. Who are they? What are they like? How can you detect them before you get involved with them? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. The first toxic abuser that we're going to talk about is the controller. Oh, yes, the controller. This person thrives on power and dominance. They want to be in charge of your life. Now, the toxic controller, his or her, because these abusers can be both male and female, men and women, their main goal is to manage every detail of your life. They want to manage your time, your choices, your emotions, and even your identity. You know, at first, you are probably flattered when you meet this controller. If you're like me, my first husband number 1, he was a loner. He had very little he didn't show his emotions. He didn't talk. He was a very brilliant man. He was in administration in the school system. I was a teacher. Looking at us from the outside in, we looked like the perfect family. You can't judge a book by its cover. But on the inside, if walls could talk, they would say some very, very serious things. But I had been starved almost 20 years of living with a man who didn't show his emotions, didn't verbalize, and I couldn't talk to him because he didn't want to hear it. And now I'm divorced and I'm out and I'm finding someone now that is talking to me. That one wants to show me attention and affection. And, this is hard. My antennas were not up. And so I want yours to be up, though. because the toxic controller, at first, it looks so flattering. It looks like they are just so wonderful and they just want to give you all of this attention, all of their time. That this controller seems so sweet and so attentive at first. But as time goes on, the attention turns into control. Um, Over time, it becomes macro managing. They get to the point where they just want to take over your life. But they do it in a gentle way. At first, it's not harmful. It's playful and it's affectionate and it's sweet. But as time progresses, they begin to want to tell you what to wear, how to talk, how to spend your money, even what you're supposed to think. Yes, this toxic controller wants to dominate your life. And they will put you on a guilt trip and say, well, if you love me, you do what I'm telling you to do because this is for your own good. And so a toxic controller wants to make all the decisions. And in any relationship, it should be a give and a take, but not with the toxic controller. They want to be in charge. They want to take over for your emotions. You find that they are emotionally dominant and they use guilt, fear, or intimidation to keep you compliant, to keep you doing what they want you to do. And if you're not careful, they will want to control your finances. They may restrict your access to your money or force you to depend on them. And so, what are we talking about now? We are talking about the toxic controller, that person that wants to be in charge of every area of your life. And over time, if you continue in this relationship, you will begin to lose your confidence, and you will begin to lose your ability to even make decisions of your own. And pretty soon you will be dependent on this toxic controller. And so you have to realize the red flags. Those are some of the red flags that will show. They want to just control you. Now remember, control is not love. It's not. In a loving relationship, it's a give and a take. But in this controller, there's no give. It's all take. And I'm going to also say this. Now, during those years, especially before I got involved, there were friends, my family, there were others that tried to tell me, Jan, are you sure you want to get involved with this person? And I have to admit that I was hard-headed. I didn't listen, but I don't want you to be that way. Remember, people who love you and they're on the outside looking in, they can see things that you miss. You miss it because you're too close to the forest to see the trees. So take a grain of salt and listen to someone is giving you some advice about the person that you are involved in or you're planning to get involved in. Listen to them, especially if they're a close friend, family member that cares for you. Just listen. A hard head makes a soft you know what. Well, let's move on. The first toxic abuser is a toxic controller. The second is the jealous toxic abuser. Now, jealousy, the Bible has a lot to say about jealousy, and everything it says is not good. Jealousy is a weapon that is used by this toxic jealous abuser to control you, to dominate you, and to manipulate you. So don't be a fool. Don't be fooled. Their jealousy is not about love. No. When you love someone, yes, you are, in a way, you're jealous, but not to the degree that we're talking about in this jealous, toxic abuser. Their jealousy is not about love. It's about being in power over you and control over you. And here are some of the things that you can use to look out for. They will begin to accuse you constantly of cheating on them and being interested in someone else. And that could be the farthest thing from your mind. And they don't even have any evidence. But those accusations, isolation, that jealous person wants to keep you away from your friends, your family, coworkers. They don't even want you talking to them. That's a red flag. Beware. Control. They may want to monitor your phone, your social media. They just want you to prove that you have nothing to make them suspicious about. But that's a red flag. You don't have to prove anything to them. The anger and the possessiveness. And when you don't give them their way, they may become very enraged and they may even threaten you. That definitely is a red flag. You need to get out of that situation. Hopefully, you haven't even gotten in. And when you try to set barriers and boundaries, they give you a guilt trip. They let you know that something, you shouldn't do that because they want the best for you. No, the truth of the matter is that their jealousy isn't about protecting you or the relationship. It's about feeding their need to be in control. This kind of abuser will make you the victim, will make you feel trapped, mistrusted, and isolated. So, with the toxic abuser that is jealous, the more jealous they act, that is a red flag. Get out, put that person away because they will make your life miserable. One of my two husbands, husband number one, was jealous. And at first, I just thought he was jealous because he just loved me so much. He just wanted me to be with him all the time. He didn't want me to be with my family. He just, and then it turns out after we got married, he wanted me to be with him, but he didn't even talk to me. He had some real issues. So jealousy is a dangerous emotion. Jealousy is a red flag. What about toxic abuser number 3? We're calling this one the possessive toxic abuser. Now, with the jealous, they wanted you to be with them, but the possessive abuser is someone who treats you more like an object. They want to own you. Instead of treating you like a human being, they really want to control you. They are entitled to all of you. You don't even have any say in this. So they have an ownership mentality. That's dangerous. That's not good. They believe that you belong to them, and no one else has a right to your time, to your attention, or to your affection. And now they don't come off in a controlling, possessive way at first. They come off saying that, they just love you so much. They just want to be with you so much. And they just don't want to lose you. But you need to lose them. Or they'll say, I'm just trying to protect you. Yes, right. But really, what they're trying to do is restrict you, restrict your freedom. And before you know it, You are so dependent on them, you can't even act on your own. One way you can tell that they are a possessive, toxic abuser is they're monitoring. They're often checking up on you. They want to know where you are. What are you doing? Who are you with? That's a red flag. That's a red flag. If you tell them, I need some space, let's set some boundaries here, then they're going to have an explosive reaction. They're going to lash out with anger, guilt, and make you feel guilty for making them angry. That's a red flag. This possessiveness, it's like you're being smothered with a blanket. I mean, you just can't move. They're calling you constantly, wanting to be together all the time and pretty soon what you felt was affection becomes suffocating. You're being controlled. And the truth of the matter is possessiveness is not love. It's fear, it's insecurity. The bottom line is control. They want to take control over your life. And over time, you will find that your freedom is being stripped, your independence, and makes you feel like you're trapped. You're powerless. Healthy love, there's a freedom there. Um, um, there's a give and take. And yes, you're together, but you are also able to talk and move around with others, your family, your friends. In short, the jealous, toxic abuser is consumed with suspicion of others, but that possessive toxic abuser is confused with the fact that you are theirs. They own you and they want to control you. Possessiveness is not a feeling, it's a behavior. So if you find them checking your phone or tracking you or having your friends let them, they're always suspicious, get away. It's a red flag. You don't need to be involved in that. And so read the indicators. You have discernment. You have wisdom. Don't be like me. Rely on yourself, rely on friends that are telling you things about this person. And so listen and learn and keep your antennas up. The fourth and final toxic abuser that we're talking about today is the one that I'm really hesitating in order to talk about, because out of the four, we talked about the possessor, the jealousy, and the controller. But this one is number 4, is the charmer. The charmer. Out of all 4, to me, the charmer is the most dangerous of all. And yet, they don't look like it. They don't act like it. At first, they are so charming that they literally just knock you off your feet. The charmer is friendly, funny, charismatic, just everything that you would want in a partner. They sweep you off your feet and they shower you with affection, and they literally make you drop your guard. You feel so comfortable with them. They're just doing everything for you. They are just taking you out to dinner. They're complimenting you. They are waiting on you. I mean, it is just amazing. And when they rush you like that, it's called love bombing. But behind that charm, and they usually are very good looking too, behind that charm, what they're aiming to do is to learn all they can about you so that they can use that information against you. So they exploit your weaknesses, and because they are so charming, you find yourself opening up and telling them things that you wouldn't tell anybody else. But they have a way of wooing you and relaxing you and let you feel so comfortable that you are talking and giving them information that you never should have. And so these charmers are slick, they're intelligent, and they're very deceptive. Yes, they are. And in time, you will realize, when you realize, finally come and you realize what kind of person they are and what they're doing, by that time it's usually too late because you have let your guard down and you have become emotionally attached to this person. The truth is, charmers are abusers in disguise. All the time that they are making you feel good and you think it's authentic, it's a design to really get you to the point where you will just give them whatever they want. And the warning is simple. If you spot one of these toxic patterns, the only thing I can say, being exposed to all four of the ones that I just talked about, and they were all in two people. If you spot any of these toxic abusers, what should you do? Run! Run as fast as you can. Don't walk, run, because you want to protect your peace, your freedom, and your life. And once you get involved in these toxic abusers, you will be in serious trouble emotionally, verbally, and sometimes even physically. I hope that you never meet them, but if you are, use your red flags, be discerning, talk to others about them. Ask your friends, or your family members, what do you think about him or her? And listen, because they're not involved emotionally and they can see what you can't see because you are emotionally involved. And so if you come across any of these toxic abusers, what did I say? Run like the dickens. Run, don't walk. Run as fast as you can. You know, it takes wisdom and discernment to recognize them. But if you learn these red flags, these things that I did not learn, but I know now after the barn door is closed, but I want you to be discerning. So that's all I have today about keeping you safe, the toxic abusers that you need to avoid at all costs. Learn to read the red flags. Well, that's all we have for today. Remember to subscribe and like this channel, grow this channel, Life After Trauma with Dr. Jan. I want you to click on my website. I have a website. It is www.jnbministries.org. I'm going to get one of those signs and put it up so that you can see it the next time. www.jnb, for my name, Jan Norberg, jnbministries.org. And I have an ebook on my website. It is the book that the Lord had me to write about because I didn't talk. I didn't tell anybody what was going on, but you can't keep all of that hurt, that brokenness inside. And so in order to free me, to get that, all the brokenness out of me, God had me to write a book, to journal. And the book is called Testimony of a Kept Woman. From misery to ministry instead of the state penitentiary. It's all about husband number one, husband number two, what happened to me. Oh my gosh. It is a book that will let you know that my life is a miracle. I should not even be here, but God, because of Him. It's an easy read. You can download it on my website, Testimony of a Kept Woman. And also, you will find on my website a digital curriculum. It's called 7 Power Keys. I mean, I was so broken. There was a time when I was just at my wit's end. I had gone down so low. But these 7 power keys that God used to bring me back, to help me heal and recover from the trauma and drama of domestic abuse, that digital curriculum is on my website. And you can go through it and it will help you as it helped me. I spell out in that digital curriculum the specific keys and strategies that God used to help me to recover. And so after all of these years, I am now an overcomer. I'm just healed. It's just amazing. So you can too. I want to thank you for subscribing and liking my channel. And I also want you to know that there are times when you need a speaker or you need a workshop leader. I am available. I am also a minister of the gospel, and I do speaking engagements. I do small groups or large groups. So think of me if you want someone to teach or speak to men and women or about domestic abuse. I am available. Uh, so I can talk about whatever you need. I've been through the physical, the emotional, the verbal, and the gaslighting with the narcissist. So see my website again. It's jnbministries.org. Well, that's all for today. I'm so glad that you took time to spend time with me, Dr. Jan. And until the next time, so long. Be blessed and God take care of you.